G'day tubers, it's Robert 28 1979. Got some updates to do. Kind of been a little busy, had some issues with our internet, and just all around been a hectic couple of weeks here lately. Anyways, y'all notice there's something missing in my shop. Oh yeah, it's the case 444. I'll get to that in just a second. Little tiny update on the 222. I'm kind of doing this video because I'm going to get it uploaded, kind of show over what I've done to this thing, in accordance with the next bit I'm going to bring up. But y'all see I put this other seat on my case. Armrest. Pretty nice really when they're after plowing the snow, which it did snow here for a couple days. Y'all see I got the plow, the blade on here, tore apart, greaser all up. Did real good this run in the snow. Y'all see there's still water left over, water stains over there from when I plowed. It's pretty much all melted away now. But like I said, I put that seat on there, it's a lot more comfortable. The armrests are adjustable, you know. This adjusts your backrest, how much you can sit straight up or lay back and adjust that, you know. I think you guys are worried about that. But I put the case 444 on the old Craigslist here, and a gentleman showed up, looked at it, gave me some money down, said he wanted it, he'd be back in a couple of days with the rest of the money and pick it up. Thought, cool, awesome deal. Actually, I put it on there for 600 bucks, so he brought me half, which is 300, and brought me the other half today. Here's the other part of the story. You notice it's still here. I started it up, pulled it out of the shop. You can still see the tire tracks in the mud there. Pulled it out right up there in the yard, went to stop, put boards and load on his trailer. Idled this thing to about half throttle. And within a 30-minute period, it went from running good to a slight tap to a not to dead. So she ended up throwing the rod, which in fact, let me turn this night shot on here so y'all can see. There we go. It cracked the block, because that is oil seeping through a crack there. So that motor's trashed, in my opinion, because I mean, I guaranteed I can go in there and break this block back up, seal it up, or put some JB welds or something like that and be fine. I don't know what kind of internal damage is done, and the reason I'm shooting these videos is I'm actually part of a group on Yahoo. It's Yahoo Groups, KS Garden Tractors on Yahoo Groups. I've got this posted on there for $400 as is, $600 if I get it running. Well, with that being an issue, I don't know. Now, over at my buddy's house, he had a walker that had a K341 16 horse. Same thing, snapped the rod. Replaced the rod. About 2 days, maybe 2 weeks later, slung the rod again. Destroyed the crank. Well, from what research I've done, they're cranking at 14 horse, and the 16s are the same. So the connecting rods, the only difference is piston bore. So I'm gonna go get that block and stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna get this in here tonight, get it tore down. And yeah, I'm shaking, as y'all can tell, because it's a little chilly out here. You know, that mud's telltale sign of all the snow. Or like we ended up getting 2 or 3 inches total and which was weird. On Wednesday, you was bundled up as tight as you could be because it was like freezing cold, is what my wife said. It was probably, I think, 8 degrees on Tuesday or Wednesday. And yesterday and today, you can walk around in your t-shirt with no jacket. It was like 70-something degrees. So it melted all the snow. There's still some out there by my mailbox there, but anyway, back to the story. Guy showed up with the rest of the money. I started this thing up, drove it out, parked, about to drive it on this trailer, and kablam! And it didn't help that my son pulled the dipstick out earlier, and I didn't know about it till I started it, and oil started going everywhere. So, as y'all can see, I got an oily mess all over my bench here, my grinder, everything. But yeah, by the way, y'all missed it. The table was completely cleaned. I've actually got this moldboard on here, which goes to a slave hitch, which I was going to sell with that. But they had this cutting wheel welded on right back there, so it stuck out back here and wouldn't even let the moldboard go in the ground. And the issues I'm coming up with now, this linkage was froze up. I got it all loose and apart. And I put it back together, clean up all the burrs there. But this cutting blade, when it's sitting straight, it's sitting right about here on this moldboard. It's not sitting on the edge like it's supposed to. So I got to figure that out. Why it's doing that, I don't know. And you excuse me for the shakiness. It is. I'm in this little light blue jean jacket and t-shirt. And it's a little chilly out here, and I don't want to turn my heater on because it's too damn loud. Picked me up another toolbox, and I picked up another tailgate. That is a tailgate off my dually. I actually picked up another one for $30 that came off of a same red GMC Sierra pickup. They bought the truck new in '94, took the tailgate off and put a Tommy lift on the truck and put that tailgate in a storage shed where it stayed in there, and the thing still looks brand spanking new. So that's my old tailgate. That was giving me fits, didn't want to open and close anymore, so I tweaked on it and bent the tailgate so it's kind of bent a little bit, not bad. It can be fixed. I just didn't want to do it. But back to the issue. Yes, I do still have the Red Baron Funmobile, or go-kart, whatever you want to call it. It's actually sitting out right over there inside that wheelbarrow. This is just going to be kind of an updater video, so I'll call it this and that, or case updates, diesel updates, the whole 9 yards. I changed the oil in the truck, and I changed the fuel filter. Do not buy a MicroGuard fuel filter for a 6.5 diesel from O'Reilly's. As y'all seen in that video, that top piece broke. I put the other piece in it, tightened it down. That thing will not seal at all. The top don't leak very bad, but around the bottom seal, I tried to tighten it up and it cracked and broke. So I've got to buy another fuel filter. I didn't know it was cracked. Or maybe it did when it got cold. I don't know. I drove it to town. Probably 8 miles, and drove it back home and lost about a quarter tank of diesel. It leaked that bad. So I got to fix that. Still runs, starts right up, runs good. I fixed my block heater, put that new end on it. That works great. So when it was 7 degrees outside, I come out here, cranked on the key, and she fired right up. But anyways, kind of back to this deal. I'm jumping around. It's cold. My mind's racing. I gotta get that truck in next. I've got to do a slave cylinder on that truck. Once again, went to O'Reilly's, ordered the part. They got it in. Kid grabbed the box, went to carry it over to me. He was walking with a sprint. When he did, he flung it across the floor and busted it. So they had to order me another one. I don't know. Just don't know about O'Reilly's. The headache rack's sitting on my truck. I've got it just kind of C-clamped on right now. I ain't finished it up yet. I got to sand her down, put lights in it, and paint it. Or sand it down, paint it, then put lights in it. Same difference, but this here, I'm either going to rebuild the 16 horse, or like I said, I've got it on Case Garden Tractor group on Yahoo Groups. For 400 as it is 600. If I get it back in running condition, which if I get that, I go get that 16 horse, I can order a rod on eBay, get it here and everything, and check this crank. Hopefully it's good. If not, I can take it and get it turned and do something. I don't know. I don't think it hurt the crank because it is not long enough to hurt the crank, I don't think, but we'll pull it out and check it and see. I'll get some calipers, check around it, some mic gauges and mic it, make sure it's still good. And I might build that 16 horse. The other thing, I was supposed to go to Spokane, Washington and pick up a Case 646. I was communicating back and forth with the guy on it via email. He sent me a link to where he had it posted on Craigslist, on the Spokane Craigslist. Got on there yesterday, looked, it's gone. I guess he sold it. So I lost out on that one. I found another one in Ohio. They want $1,600 for it. The issues with it, need some gaskets replaced, leaking air around the intake and stuff, and all the hydraulic cylinders basically need to be tore down, rebuilt, or replaced. I've heard of a couple more closer to me, probably within a couple hours drive. I'm going to talk to the old boy who told me about them, get a good location, the whereabouts, and then I'm going to take a trip, see if I can get a hold of the owners and see if I can pick one or if not both of them up. But anywho, what else to talk about really? I said it's either build that 16 horse, put on that on the 444, or rebuild this Kohler 17 horse Series 2 Magnum and put on that. But if I do, here's the other difference here. The exhaust can't run the same way back out the back. I'm not going to run it up, and I'm not going to run stacks on that one. Or if I do, I want to do it to where I don't have to chop the hood or cut the hood in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'll go buy the pancake block that comes over with the tube and run a tube filter on it. Something along them lines with that case. This thing was using a little oil and smoking, so it'll have to be tore down and gone through, so this is not going to be a this week project. Maybe it's a little bit of a project, a walk-through project, kind of take a couple weeks or a month or so, and that's if I don't sell that thing on the Yahoo group. So we'll see if somebody is interested in it. But I'll do another little video here real quick to do some walk around, take some stills of it, and post some pictures of it on there so they can see. But I'm fixing to push it back in here into the shop in this area here. Maybe I'm going to start the disassembly, get the motor off and tear through it and see how bad the carnage is and if it's going to be worth getting that 16 horse block and putting her together. So I said if this crank's good, I can use this crank in that 16 horse block and go from there with it. But as a matter of fact, that 16 horse, when they rebuilt it, had a new piston and everything. I believe it was in the back of that truck, my dually. If not, then it got scrapped, which I hope not, because it was a brand new piston. The rings are trash, they've been exposed, so. But if not, it's okay with me, I don't care. So I've got to get back on this one here probably this weekend or this next week I'll get started on this. I gotta finish tearing it down, run a honer through it, clean her up, put new rings and stuff, and put her all back together. Basically do an overhaul on it. He's getting the rings for me this week, or I say this week, tomorrow Sunday. Sometime next week I'll get the rings ordered or whatever and get them in so I can get this done, get it off my table, out of here. Then I'll tear this one down, start rebuilding it. The fun part's going to be, as y'all seen in previous videos, yeah, I still got the springs hooked up and stuff. That's fuel line still hooked up, but it looks pretty nasty. I don't know if I can clean that carburetor up very easily, but it actually got to sit. I mean, there, you can't see down that one, but and you can sure see it in that one there. Oh, they let it sit uncovered and let it fill with water. So I'm hoping it's not even, hope it's not seized. But like I said, I'm gonna go through and hone this one, clean it, and the whole 9 yards. I may even bore it out and put oversized pistons in it. Boy, that hand just gets cold and starts shaking. Bunch of parts for the Red Baron, the coupe. Carburetor, brake assembly, the whole 9 yards. I gotta get on that too eventually. Which I'm not too sure. So I gotta order a coil for the motor, and so I want to tear that apart. I don't know if it's gonna be a major deal. I may just say to hell with it and sell it, to be honest with you. I just don't know about that project just yet. And another reason for that is I'm actually taking off on, as far as business wise, I'm getting a lot busier. I've got me a sign frame fixing to be built by me. I'm fixing to build it, get it set, and a guy I do all my billboard build stuff for is actually gonna order me the vinyl at no cost. So kind of work a deal with him on some other stuff, but more or less I'm gonna get me a sign put up out here on top of some other stuff. And yeah, you're probably wondering why do I got some ugly, raggedy looking overall things laying on the floor, soaking up antifreeze. Because yes, I did not get no video of this last car I worked on because the owner did not want me to do any of that. He is a, what I call a major thorn in the hind, and just leave it at that. He didn't want his vehicle aired on YouTube. Didn't want none of the jazz. Didn't want no videos or even pictures or anything like that. What I did is I put, y'all can see here, that right there is all the intake gasket on both. It's a 96 Buick Century with a 3.1 liter V6 in it. I did that. Intake gaskets, put it back together. Was still trying to overheat, so we changed the thermostat on it. And let me tell you, the thermostats on that are a pain in the ass. There's some videos on YouTube already of them. And that bottom bolt, I did not have a, I can't remember the guy's video, his name on it. Used a 13mm wrench that had been bent. He said it was a wrench for a Volkswagen carburetor. Volkswagen carburetor wrench is what he called it. It was just bent up and there come to the box end. I didn't do that. Mine was straight. I was sitting there from underneath with my hand and just worked on her so I got her out, got her loose and got her out. It didn't take very long. But that's why those are there. And yes, my shop was actually clean. Believe it or not, I had all this cleaned up, minus this and that table, but I had, this is still pretty much clean. Just gotta finish digging with this moldboard here, get it finished up. Might let it go with that case, and then again I might just post this individually by itself on Craigslist for $50 and see if it sells. So that's kind of why I'm going through it, make sure everything adjusts and works and loose and whole 9 yards on that deal. But anyway, that's about the runnable gist of it. Oh, and picked up a disc over there for the case. And all my plows for my 222. I'm going to have to change that top, because the new top link I bought is a double I. It doesn't have the opening like that. As y'all can see, it's right here. So I'm going to have to fix all the plows to where these have brackets that come off and open up for the eye to go into. I gotta do this one, I gotta do them all. Except for the disc sitting outside, which I'm trying to talk to the guy who had that and give him to sell it to me. He's not wanting to, but he don't have anything he can use to pull it. He has no big garden tractors. He's got a few riding lawn work, but that's it. So and it's sitting right there upside down. But anyways, I'm going to end this video. It's just, I was going to do a quick one, but this is 20 minutes long already. So if you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. Leave comments, you know, the whole good jazz. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all guys take it easy.